Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm going to address the most asked question by all of you. And that question was, does the university location matters for you guys to find your job or an internship once you graduate or even when you're in the school? So the answer to this simple question is yes, it matters a lot and it plays a big role for you guys to find your next job opportunity. And in this video, this is exactly what I'm going to tell you, that why job location plays this big of a role and why is it so important, that what job locations and college locations could be better for you than others, and what companies you guys should target for when you're looking for an H-1B sponsorship after you graduate from your degree. So watch the full video till the end so that you don't miss any pointers discussed in this video. And if you like this content and this type of videos, please subscribe my channel and throw a big thumbs up by pushing the like button below so that the YouTube algorithm knows that you like this type of content and it will help my channel grow tremendously in the future. So hang in tight and let's get started. So the reason why college location is so important, because let's face the reality, end of the day, all of us are on a visa once we enter United States. And even after we graduate, we are on a visa and we require companies who can sponsor us for our H-1B or any other visa you're on for you guys to work in the future. And this is why it is so important to be closer to these companies and know these companies who can sponsor you for your H-1B visa after you graduate. And that is why your university location is so important for you to choose. And in the video ahead, this is exactly what I'm going to show you, what all companies are still sponsoring visas around pandemic and nothing has changed. And also I'm going to show you exact cities and states where the most number of H-1B petitions have been filed by these companies. But at the same time, you need to also ensure that the city and state has a good public transport so that your commute for day-to-day becomes easier and you don't have to depend on carpools and expensive Uber rides to attend these events. So please ensure that that has public transport. So now let's jump to the meat of the video. How would you choose some states over others, which could help you not only find employers who will give you a full-time job, but will also be willing to sponsor your H-1B visas once you graduate? And the answer is right on the screen here. So this is a 2020 H-1B visa report I just pulled out of the web. And this is a great website. I've been using it for years and I really trust their data. So if you see here on the page, these are the top 15 states, starting number 1 from California and 15th being Arizona. And the second column, which it says number of LCAs, this is actually a petition form when you file for H-1B. And these are the number of petitions which have been filed by companies in those states. And these are the working locations of employees working for those companies. So, and this is not a hidden information, California being on the top, they call the Silicon Valley Startup Hub. Most of the technology companies are in California, and those companies are very open-minded and willing to file H-1Bs for really talented graduates out of the school. And similarly, Texas, where I went to, this was the sole reason because Texas came on the second position even when I was going to school. And there are a lot of companies, even in Texas, which are willing to file your H-1Bs time to time. And there are some other states, like it depends on where you want to be in life. And also the video I was just talking about, the link is in the description above, that also talks about how should you evaluate certain factors before you choose your university. And you can check that video, and based on those factors and this H-1B visa report on the screen, you can definitely choose a couple of options from these states displaying here. So let me give you a small history of my past jobs and locations. So I started off in Texas and I am in North Carolina at the moment. I worked for Wells Fargo for 2 years and then I got hired by a software company which is located in Atlanta, Georgia. So both the cities and states, for me at least, are there from these top 15 locations, and the reason could be because the companies are willing to file H-1Bs for me. It could be a coincidence or it could be simply data speaking for itself. It's not a big deal, like if most of you also find yourself after you graduate in one of these top 15 states for your first job, because end of the day what matters is the companies should be able to sponsor your H-1Bs and you are a resource for the company, so they'll be willing to work for you, and then most likely you'll be working in these states. So the next part I wanted to show you was these top 50 cities where these employees whose H-1Bs have been filed actually work. And these top 50 cities belong to 21 states. So there are a total of 50 states in the United States, and these top 50 H-1B cities where employees are working comes out of 21 states only. And these 21 states, looking at the data here, seems like most of them are either on the East Coast, which is topped by New York, or is on the West Coast, which is topped by California by the number of H-1Bs filed. There are a few cities and states, definitely in Mid-East and Midwest, like Texas and Arizona, where number of H-1Bs are being filed, but it also depends like which industry end of the day you work in. So number one, it's computer system design and related services. So yeah, my H-1B has also been filed under the same code, which is ranked number one. And there's already been like 313,000 petitions filed under this NAICS code, which is, again, not anything new. I expected this to happen. But as you can see, there's architectural, engineering, and related services, which is fourth on the number. And then there's also scientific technical consulting services, which are 44,000 applications. And there is medical and surgical hospitals on number 11, which are 8,000 applications, insurance carriers, data processing, and the list is endless. Like there's so many professions and codes where the H-1Bs have been filed. But if you talk about top five, it is mostly the IT sector where most number of H-1Bs have been filed in 2020. Moving on to the most requested topic from you guys is what kind of companies are actually willing to sponsor H-1Bs after you graduate. Again, not a surprise, all of them are mostly technology companies, and most of them are consulting services. And some names are very known to all of us: Cognizant, Infosys, TCS. So this page also shows you the average salary. So let's say if you work for Amazon, which is a great company, as all of us know. So they filed 1,700 applications in 2020 so far, and the average salary Amazon is willing to give to these employees is $129,000. And that is just based on 2020. I will definitely drop a link in the description below, so if you want to surf this website, just go ahead, and there's a lot of other information which will be very useful for you guys to look into. And also, if you have any further questions, just leave down your questions in the comments below, and follow my Instagram on this page, and just direct message me there, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. That if you're in the same city and state where there are so many companies who has an open mind and willingness to offer sponsorship, your struggle will reduce by half in your job hunt. You'll not be convincing people and knocking at every single door for getting your visa sponsored. The mindset and the whole narrative changes if you're in one of these cities and states, because people already know there are so many immigrants who are looking for jobs, and they have a much more open and a broad mind. Other very important thing you should definitely look into while applying jobs is blindly applying to every single job showing up in the market will spam your resume. And not looking into companies, cities, and states and the job locations will not help you anyway. Because even if an employer really likes you and would want to call you for an interview, if they don't sponsor your H-1B visa or any visa you're on, it'll be very hard for you to hear a no after putting in all that hard work. And if you want to have an extra edge to get a full-time job or even an internship, you definitely need to conduct a research on the cities and states you want to work in, what companies are available to offer sponsorship in those cities and states, and correlate that if you can be in the same city or even close to a metropolitan city in your university location, that will be just cherry on the top. So remember what we talked about in this video. Choose a college location closer to a metropolitan city. Look for cities and states with max H-1B sponsored, because if a company has not sponsored an H-1B visa in the past, it's very less likely you're going to be the first person to be sponsored by that company. Look for cities with a good public transport if you cannot afford a car in the beginning of your months when you move here. So I really want to thank all of you who have been watching my videos and showed this tremendous support. I'm getting so many messages on Facebook and on Instagram, And I can't thank you guys enough for this tremendous support. It really means a lot to me. And I would highly encourage all of you, if you can share these videos with your fellow friends and students, it can be a great help to them watch this content and also make some informative decisions in the future. And if you like this content, subscribe to my channel and press the like button below and press the bell icon below so that you get notified whenever I'm posting my next video. So until next time, I'll see you and have a great night, you guys. Bye-bye.